All right, James, we got an epic episode on our hands here today. It's our 10-year anniversary of our golf league. So everyone, welcome to Two Off the Tee, the podcast. Gracing us with his presence is the #1 Chicago realtor golfer with us, my co-host and brother, James Shin, and yours truly, the titleist of loans, Jeff Shin. So James, I think we're just going to go right into it here. These posts lately that we have on social media, on Instagram, I'm not going to lie, man. I'm a little surprised that our peers think I won't win a round against you, or maybe they're just throwing me a little courtesy or whatever, like throwing me a bone here saying I might win a round. I don't know where this disrespect is coming from.
You said you're surprised by that. I'm not surprised that they're all saying that. These are the people that we play golf with the most, and they know both of our games very well. And I mean, if everyone's saying it, I mean, you got to kind of believe it, you know? There's not even like a 50-50 or like a 60-40 split or fight about it. You know, it's just all, it's law. It's like 99% of the people are saying that I am going to whoop your ass. So
Yeah, and
I think you should just,
I don't even know where
unless you
the
got to prove them wrong. I mean, you got to
well,
prove them wrong.
obviously I have to prove them wrong, but I have no idea where they're coming up with this and where the disrespect is coming from. Like, what, how do they, what, based on feel? Because I think what people need to know, and I'm going to lay down the facts here, is I took $1,000 off of you. That was the last time we really played competitively. That's what people don't remember or realize is when it came down to something with a little pressure and we had a little money on the line, I took 500 off of you, holes 1 through 16, and then 17 and 18, you came back at me wanting a double or nothing, and I said, sure. And I took another 500 off of you on 2 holes because you thought you could win, because that's how cocky you were.
I'm not cocky. I was a degenerate. I'm still a degenerate. But yeah, I think we played with the handicap, so
No,
it doesn't
no,
it doesn't
we played straight up at Seven Bridges, and I whooped your ass. And then, let me give everyone another history lesson here. When you asked me to do brother versus brother in 2019, I said sure. And you're like, hey, let's just do it with handicaps. I said, whatever you want, James. And then we did, and we played, and you said, Whisper Creek. Okay, fine. I lost there. But then we went to Arrowhead, and I beat you there. And you know what happened after that? You gave up, and you stopped doing the brother versus brother series because you realized you can't beat me. I beat you straight up when it counted, and I took a stack off of you. And when you wanted to do handicap brother versus brother, I beat you, and you decided to give up there.
I don't
So,
believe that you took a stack off me playing straight up.
yeah, it was straight up.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it was because we did match play, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I don't believe it. We never play match play.
We did
We
ton of
never play
match.
match play.
Yeah, we did. We did match play that time. I think I
I don't
still have
remember.
this.
You're gonna have to pull it up. You're gonna
Yeah,
have to
I
pull it up.
will. I will look and see. Well, I don't know if I don't think I
The
recorded
receipts
it.
are there somewhere. The receipts are there somewhere.
Yeah, they are. I will look and I will find it, but I don't know if we were using Grint at the time, so I'm not entirely sure
You've been
if it was.
using Grint for like 7 years.
Well, maybe it is recorded on there. So I'll take a look and see what happened. But
My worst days are like your best days at the golf course. There's no way you could beat me. There's no way. And you keep referencing handicaps. Handicaps are irrelevant
I
in
didn't
this
bring up
whole
handicaps.
scenario.
You did. I played you both ways. I played you straight up and I beat your ass there. And then you wanted to do handicap and I beat your ass there the last time we played and you gave up. So I don't know where this audience comes around saying that you're going to beat me, you're going to sweep me, I might win a round. Like,
One
I'm a
person said you might win one
gamer.
round.
I'm a gamer. When it comes down to it and you want to play and something's on the line, you will not beat me. When I am focused and I got to whoop some ass out there, I'm whooping some ass.
You ain't whooping nobody's ass at the golf course. Maybe other things, but not golf.
Yeah, I am.
And not me. Definitely not me.
I mean, I just pointed out the last 2 big
I can
events that
neither
we played.
confirm I can neither confirm nor deny that story. It's so long ago. There's no proof of if
You
we
don't
play match
remember
play,
me?
strong play, or handicaps. I know we play with handicaps because you're like, if it's not handicaps, you don't need 5-1 odds.
No,
Do
we
you
played.
remember
Oh
crying
yeah,
about things
that's
like
what we
that?
did. We played straight up, and you gave me odds, and I was asking for odds then if we played straight up.
That's not what it is. When you always ask for odds.
When we play
Because
straight up,
well, you're 10 strokes better than me. I need odds. You need all this. You need help
they're in handicap.
everywhere. You need exactly. You need a handicap.
That's
You
not
need
a
a handicap.
handicap asking for odds. You think you're better
Why do you ask for odds?
because you say
someone's
you're
a
better.
favorite.
I'm just saying you say you're better.
You
So
think
I'm
I would play you for $100, and if I lost, I'd give you $500? What am I, stupid? Like, what?
Well, I'm just asking for odds. Whether you accept the bet or not is not. It's not an intelligence thing.
Jeff, you called me out. You said you can beat me straight up, no handicaps. Okay, we're gonna
I
see
didn't
what
call
happens.
you out. You've been talking so much shit that I think
Why
you
would I
want to
talk?
push.
Why would I talk shit? You're not even on my radar, dude. You're not. We're not even in the same bracket of skill level.
Where do
We're
you
nowhere
come up
near
with
the
this?
same.
How are you? What? Well, how are you saying?
Dude,
where are you coming up with this?
I have the stats, Jeff. I have the stats. You said
What
pull a crutch. It
stats?
has all the stats. I have the stats. I'm a 10 handicap currently. You're a 17. My average score is 86. Your average score is 95. 9 strokes better than you on average. Putts per round, 34 putts per round. You putt 37 putts per round. Green in regulation. I'm 33% on green and regs. You're 20. You beat me in fairways. I'm better than you in everything. You have more penalties per round than me. You beat me in that. Congratulations. You get more penalties than me. I mean, you're better at sand saves than me. 23% versus 20%. Probably because you're in the bunker more than me. So, I mean, how can I beat you in that stat? I mean, the stats don't lie. I beat you in everything. The only thing you beat me in is fairways, and you only hit the driver 100 yards. So, yeah, it's easy to hit the fairway when my pitching wedge goes further than your driver. Yeah, I'm pretty accurate with my 5-iron too to hit a fairway 200 yards. I can't help that you have slow club head swing speed.
And this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go, well, you want to play me without your driver? And then you're going to be like, what am I, an idiot? Blah, blah, blah. And you're going to find a reason of why not to
Dude,
after all that shit
say
talking.
whatever you want. I could beat you we could do the series with, I don't know if I want to pay for that much golf. Like, we'll do one round and I won't use a driver somewhere.
No,
I don't want to
no,
play
no. I don't need
I don't want
any
to play
of that.
5 rounds or 4 rounds without a driver. That's just boring. That's just dumb. I don't want to do that. I'll do a 7-game series with you like you asked, and I'll beat you straight up and I'll sweep you.
Well,
and then
I didn't ask for it.
after you get whooped, I will put the driver away and I'll put the 3-wood away. And I'll only use irons. My wedge and putter, obviously.
The level
Dude,
of disrespect.
I'm 9 strokes better than you on average.
None of that means shit, the paperwork or whatever you're looking at. None of that matters. At the end of the day, when something's on the line and your mental fortitude.
The internet is on the line. The whole internet is going to see you. And
Yeah.
I know we don't have that many followers. Actually, on TikTok, we have like 300 or 400 now. By the time this series goes live, hopefully we have like 2,000 plus because we can't probably play for another like 3 months, which I'm like itching. I might go to Miami this week if I feel better and play some golf.
Yeah, well, you're going to need the practice. That's what I'm going to say. You're going to need the practice right now.
You've been playing sim golf, haven't you? You've been playing sim golf. How have you been doing out there?
Perfectly fine. The last person I played, I beat his ass too.
Another 20 handicap? Oh my God, you beat a 20 handicap and you're a 17. Congratulations, Jeff.
Whatever.
Problem.
Why does that matter?
Jeff, I've been sick. I've been sick for 4 weeks now. I played at the sim golf the other day. I played the Grove 23. I shot even par. First time touching the club in like in a month and a half.
Well, you guys probably jacked up
this shit's like riding a bike, man. Muscle memory for people like me. It's a different level, dude. You're not the same. We're not the same.
You didn't play for anything.
But different. Same, but different.
My point, though, is your mental fortitude sucks. It's too weak. When it comes down to something on the line for pressure, you will not win. I've seen it.
I love that I'm still posting the Bolingbrook round because you're getting whooped out there. And yeah, I had a bad front nine and I was hungover. And you're getting absolutely torched out there on the back nine.
Well, good
I mean,
thing
I'm not.
it's
I only posted. I posted what, hole 15? Dude, you're down like 16 strokes.
yeah, but it's the off
They don't even
season. It
know.
doesn't.
They don't even know it's gonna be yet.
It's meaningless. It's the off season.
End of the season. You flopped up lies. You drop balls in the fairway. You do this and that. You do all these other. And then
Yeah,
what? In the beginning of this year, and next year, when we start the 7 game series, you'll be like, "That's the beginning of the season, the prime of the season. You play more golf than me." Like you're just, dude, you're nothing but excuses. You go to the driving range like every day. How are
what's
you
that
not
have to
better
do
at
with
ball
anything?
striking?
That has
How
nothing
are
to
you
do with
still
anything.
topping the ball? Dude, you're still topping the ball. You go to the range every day.
I was practicing
Learn
and
some
working on
compression.
something.
Learn to get the ball in the air before, dude. Like, I don't even know why you're challenging me. This is
I'm not
absurd. You're
challenging
topping
you.
balls.
You're the one
You're
that's
still
talking.
slicing golf balls.
You're the
Dude, you're
one.
not.
You're the one talking all this shit, trying to call me out because you realize the last times we played were anything meaningful, you've lost. When
Dude, you're like that guy in high school who's still hanging on to like his prime days of high school when I was
yeah,
so
Al
great.
Bundy,
Dude,
4
that round,
touchdowns.
that that Bolingbrook round or that Bridges of Pablo round, dude, that was like 6 years ago or something, 5 years ago.
But it's no different than you're talking about Bolingbrook when we didn't have a. It was meaningless. I didn't even know you were.
That was
We were,
2 months ago.
but I didn't know we were playing for something. We weren't doing anything. We didn't even bet. I thought we were just putzing around and
I'm playing
recording.
to embarrass you.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Dude, you're playing for the whole internet not to laugh at you, and they are laughing at you. That guy's comment was like, after you had a bad hole, they're like, "Oh, is that? Show me how to do that with lessons or something like that." I forgot who that guy was, but
Tapping
he thought he was
daddy.
talking to me.
Tapping daddy.
Yeah, he thought he was talking to me, but he was talking about you with your
It's okay.
bad game out there.
He'll catch these hands too, man. Who else?
It's okay.
I got receipts all day long.
Want
On
the
all
whole
of you
internet to laugh
guys.
at you?
All you guys. You guys all sitting there talking that shit, thinking James is gonna win, and there's no reasoning behind it. There's none.
They know I am.
No.
They're willing to put money on it.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be the house? You gonna be the house?
The big intangible right here. I've taken so many damn rejections in sales that I got thick skin out there that nothing will phase me. You, on the other hand, you're weak. When the pressure comes down to it, you'll lose. And case in point, MGGA. Every time you made the finals, how many times have you won that one? When it comes
How
down
many times
to
have
it,
you been in the finals?
once.
I won twice.
You won
Okay,
twice.
I made it like 7 times and won twice.
Okay, and the one time you won, we had the smallest field ever. That was like 6 of us, 4 of us.
I think that was without handicaps or something then.
Yeah, whatever. Point being though is, if you made it to the finals 7 times, if you've only won, let's say 1.5, I'll give you 2. You had it at Bolingbrook against the entire field, and what happened? You choked.
The time when Sun won, we tied, but I gave him the W on it because we played again. And we said we play again another round. Whoever wins that other round would be the champion of it. So I tied Sun that day at Bolingbrook. 2, we play with handicap. So no matter how much better I am than somebody, I still have to give him strokes. It's an equalizer. It's a mute
it's
point
an equalizer.
of this whole thing.
If it's an equalizer,
it makes no difference.
You keep bringing
it
it
no
up.
difference.
But that's what you're missing here is you're saying
I keep getting better. No, you're missing the point because this handicap thing is like it's a crutch for all you bad players. You guys need strokes because you guys suck.
It's not a crutch. It's an ability.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
No, it is not. Because it gives you the ability for everyone to play together and compete. Even Scotty Scheffler, he's like, I got to give my friend that's a 10 handicap that sucks at golf, and that's his words basically, saying, I got to give him 10 strokes, and he beat me before I had to play a tournament. And he had to give him money. He gave his friend 10 or whatever. He played him with a 10 handicap. Scotty has no issue with it, but they get to play together, and it makes it competitive.
It's an equalizer. It's an equalizer for everybody. It's an equalizer.
Yeah. But then when you lose, you're like,
so if
here's the problem. If you win, if you lose because you have the handicap, you're like, oh, well, you had the handicap. Well, we both started at 0-0 with the handicap, and it allows us to play together. Not me necessarily, but someone higher.
No, not really, because you started -17 and I started -10. It's not the same.
It allows
How
us
is
to
it the same?
it allows us to play together at an
It
equal
does
playing
allow us to
field.
play together. It
Right.
does.
Yeah. So my
Yes, it
point
does.
though, yeah, and my point though is the guys that win because they have a higher handicap, you discredit it immediately because, oh, well, you have a higher handicap. That's why you won. Even though you know it's an equalizer and you start at 0-0 together.
I don't care if a higher handicap wins.
Yeah, you do.
I don't care if a higher handicap wins.
Okay. Well,
No, I
guess
don't.
it does. I guess it does.
It's the problem when
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, we've established it. We're going to play straight up. I saw the internet. I saw our peers saying that James would destroy me. James would whoop me. I had even a person send me a DM with you in there saying James is going to win and laughed at me. And then I sent them a screenshot back saying, I whooped your ass out there too. And he went quiet. So you know what? I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to whoop your ass like I've always done. And it's going to remind you that I am the more dominant brother when it comes to anything competitive, because you cannot handle the mental stress. Because if you could, you would have won Bolingbrook in our league.
You can't even make it to the finals. I don't even know why you're.
It doesn't matter.
You can't.
My point
make
is,
it there.
I might not
You
get
can't
there. That's
even
fine.
make it there.
What difference is it? My point though is you were there and you fell apart, and you've been there 7 times and you really won once. So if you're that good,
No, I won twice.
Sure, twice. Okay. You've made it there all the time, but you can't close out because you're too weak here. So you got 3 months to start training and getting ready. And again, you'll pick 3 courses. I'll pick 3 courses. And then if it gets to a tiebreaker for the 7th round, we will agree and figure out a course that we can play.
Sure. We could play the first 3 courses you pick if you want.
No. We'll flip a coin or flip a T and we'll go back and forth and pick courses. Because I know your game. I told you this already. If you play, and that's why you pushed really for Highlands of Elgin for round 2, because it's a wide course. It gives you the ability to just spray it, no consequences, and you're back in it. That's why you play well at those courses that is like it's very forgiving. But courses like Bridges, that's narrow. No. Mount Prospect, no.
Courses like where?
Bridges of Poplar, that's narrow. You can't beat me there. But it's okay. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you any more courses that I know of that I'm going to use to beat your ass. But I'm onto your games of where you can play and you think you can win. And let's not forget, don't forget, on your birthday when you wanted to play Mistwood, what happened there? I whooped your ass there too.
Yeah, you are right. I did. I played the worst round of my life. I think I Mistwood there.
Yeah. And you wanted this breakfast ball. Get out of here, man. That's why you got a bullshit handicap, because you played with mulligans and you played with breakfast balls. That's why. You could knock handicaps all you want, but none of these high handicappers, no one that I play with plays with mulligans and breakfast balls. Only you and your group with your bullshit handicap, vanity, breakfast ball, mulligan.
I mean, you're almost averaging 100 after like a decade of playing golf. I mean, I don't even know why you're.
Hey,
you trying to attack me? I mean,
I'm just saying, if I play with mulligans, free drops, fist balls, that doesn't affect my score, or I completely disregard what happened and that doesn't affect me mentally, of course I go low. Come on, man. All vanity handicaps.
Drops? I mean, dude, you took a generous drop at Bolingbrook. You took a drop in the fairway.
You lost a golf ball on hole whatever at Bolingbrook. And I was like, just take
where was my playing partner? Where was my playing partner looking at?
It's not my responsibility.
What did I say? I said, keep an eye on the ball, Jeff. The sun is in my eyes. I can't see it. And what do? You pan the camera to the left from the ground, and then you're like, oh, I don't know where it went.
Because
I asked you to keep an eye on it.
I did, and it went left.
It didn't go left. You can still see the ball go straight in the video.
I moved the camera
and then
to
you pan to the left.
Because that's where I saw the ball go. That's
Dude,
where I
don't start my ball to the left like you. You hit a slice. Your game is a slice. You started left to right. like
You
an
know what?
amateur. Every amateur starts that way.
Your ball went left. That's why it panned to the left, and you lost it. But point being, what'd you take? You took a free drop. It should be here.
You gave it to me.
Well, yeah, I did. And you know what? If you were a man, you would have been like,
And
nah.
you probably didn't even help me look for the ball.
You'd be like, I'm
You
a
probably didn't even
man.
help me look for the
I'm
ball
going to
with your
take my
30%
2-stroke
bullshit
penalty.
rule. You don't keep your eye on the ball, and then you don't help me find the ball.
It's not my
What kind of bullshit
responsibility.
is that?
It's not my responsibility.
Okay. You're right. Okay.
It's not, right? It's not. It's your responsibility. I
You're
can't
right.
help it if the sun's in your eye. It's not my fault.
I don't know how many times I had to go find your ball because you're all over the place.
I'm in the fairway. Look, you just brought up
I
the
mean,
stats. I'm 46% in the fairway.
you're in the fairway 12 more percent than me.
That's a lot.
The fairway is wider at the 200-yard mark versus the 260, 270-yard mark. Can't help that you're hitting wedges like you're hitting a driver as far as my wedge. Can't help that.
Okay. Well,
I get
you
hit.
know what?
I get hit fairways too by using iron.
Okay, well, you could say all you want. If you want to prove a point, do it. But you're not going to. You're not going to play with just with irons. So what's the point of saying shit like that?
No. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna embarrass you. I'm gonna sweep you, and I'm gonna beat you by like 10 every single time. And then you're gonna shut your mouth. And then I'm gonna play you without a driver to show you that we're not even near the same level. I'm gonna beat your ass without a driver or a wood so that you'll finally just shut up. Because then what are you gonna say after I do that? You have nothing to say.
I will
You
shake
can
your
have nothing
hand
to
then.
say.
I'd be like, James, you're
you
better
need a
than me.
handicap.
I will.
Please, James, I need 10 strokes here.
If any of that
The
stuff,
slope rating's too high, James. I need 12.
if
I need
any of
12
that,
strokes. It's not fair. It's
if
not
any
fair, James.
any of that happens, I will be like, James, you're better than me, and I'll shake your hand. But
We'll see.
yeah, we
We'll
will.
see.
We'll figure it out from there. But I think we talked about a little bit of MGGA, and I feel like that's a good segue to go into it. We started this thing in 2016. It is 2026.
Let me calm my nerves a little bit because it calmed down for a second. You got me heated.
Yeah, good.
Let me get a glass of water. Jesus.
All right, so James, I think this is a good segue to jump into our golf league here. We've been running 10 years strong here now. Any fond memories of starting this and where we're at? To me, I think it's a pretty big milestone hitting a 10-year mark.
Yeah, I agree. I can't believe it's already been 10 years. I remember when we started this, or I guess you and Henry started it. It was just like the same 4 or 5 of us playing all the time. And then, I don't know, you guys had the idea of like, let's just start a league or something like that to keep a continuation of competitiveness throughout all of us playing the same courses all the time. So it was cool, and it's great that it's grown into what it has now, a mini PGA series, I guess, with a little spin on it of, I guess, certain rules not being applied to it. But in a sense, it is literally the PGA of bad golfers using handicaps.
Yeah, I mean, the goal was to model a lot of stuff of what we do to the PGA Tour. At least when we were younger, it was easier, and I thought it was cool that we could do where we were able to play Saturday and Sunday. So you set up the leaderboard for that Saturday, and whatever the score is, we're all chasing to win for Sunday and seeing if the leader from Saturday could carry over and close out on Sunday. So I thought that was really fun and cool to do. Schedules allowed us to do it then, and it's a little bit harder where we had to modify it where let's just play twice a month because everyone's schedule. And then, for whatever, 4 to 6 of us grew to 10 to 20 plus now.
Yeah, it's been a nice growth, and it's been fun playing with when we occasionally have a full house and there's like 5 or 6 tee times or something. It's pretty cool to have all of us playing at the same time and being able to see the leaderboard on Grint and seeing like who's blowing up where or who's doing what and the rankings changing. So that's really fun to see for sure.
Yeah. So, our tenure, and I know we do this like every once in a while, we review the rules and just to make it a little bit more competitive. And that was one of the things, because remember when we first started playing, we played with no handicaps and straight up. And then, um, you know, I hate to say it, but you were winning a lot of the events, and sometimes when it came to playoffs with the point system, it was just over that we wouldn't have eliminations that you would just win by round two or whatever because you won back to back and it would be over. From a point standpoint, that mathematically it was over. So that's when we started introducing the handicaps, and then we started modifying the handicaps, saying, well, on average, regular days, this guy's playing here, but on league days, he's underperforming to his handicap. So we're just kind of winging it for the most part with the handicaps, and we made changes. And then you came up with the idea of just saying, hey, just use whatever Grint is doing and simplify it. And that's what we want to. And I think now, because the league has grown to 20 plus right now, I feel like it's a good time to reevaluate some of the stuff that we've done for well, yeah, the oversight committee has spoken and mentioned some stuff that we can look into. I know one of the changes mid-season that we normally don't do, we implemented tee boxes that people can play whatever tee box they wanted to. So do you think we should keep that or adjust it back to everyone plays the same tee box?
No, I think that should be kept. I mean, there's just too many skill levels in this league that I mean, there's certain people shouldn't be playing even the whites. Certain people got to be playing the forward tees, and I get it if like they're too embarrassed to even play that tee box, but there's levels to this game, and if you're not at a certain level, you shouldn't be moving back. And yeah, I mean, it's like a guy, it's like a 25 handicap playing the blues with me or something. It's doesn't make sense, like it or whatever, and that person probably shouldn't be playing the whites either. So yeah, I mean, everyone likes a challenge, but there's levels to this game, and it's kind of nice that we even like we're not COVID golfers, like we've been playing this game before COVID. So it's like we kind of have like more experience in this game than maybe some other people who just started playing. And it's like, I mean, it's kind of like father knows best, It's like I kind of know what's best for people playing golf, like everything that they're going through. Like I've already been there and I've already done that. So like if I'm telling people a certain thing, it's like it's something that I would have done when I first started playing, or I wish someone would have told us that before. Like when we first started, it was just five of us and we just did whatever, like we didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we only know the rules because we bet against each other and we bickered about where to take drops. Cause I mean, I don't even know how many times we were taking penalties back then. We're probably dropping every hole and it's like, where do I drop? And it's like, I'm not dropping here. Why did I drop over here? And then we started looking at the rules and it's like, you know what? Just no arguing. Just follow the rules. This is where you drop. This is what you got to do. So it's nice that there is someone to tell novice players, like, what you should do, where to go, things like that. So, I think the tee box should stay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, again, it's if someone wants to play further back or up more, which is more designed for people to have fun and move up one as opposed to accommodating to your group. So I think that's a good one. I feel like we can leave that ruling. I think that was a good suggestion and ruling that we implemented pretty quickly. One of the topics that came up here is participation and attendance. We've had some people, when I looked at it for the 2025 season, I mean, one guy basically fell off, but the ones that were a little bit more consistent to the season only played 3 to 4 events. And I know that we try to be a little more inclusive in our league that everyone makes the playoffs. So for participation attendance, do we have a cutoff that you have to play X amount of events to make the playoffs, or is there consequences, or how do we get them to show up more?
I think a cut line for the playoffs would be nice. And selfishly, I guess, for us, like just from a scheduling standpoint, like it's a nightmare trying to get 20 adults or 25 adults to figure out when they could play golf. And some people will update the schedule that we ask them to. Some people just refuse to. And those people that refuse to, we just kind of put a no on them and then move on. But like we kind of like tell everybody they make the playoffs. But I think a cut line now is I think it's needed because yeah, we're getting older. Like people are having kids. Their kids have schedules. They gotta like ask their wives. Dude, it's too much babysitting to figure out like if and when we could play golf. So yeah, a call line would be great. And I don't know if it goes by the points or a certain amount of events they gotta make. Because I mean, one person just make one event in that event, and they're probably still in the top 12 or 16 or whatever, you know? Maybe not. I don't know actually. Because no, if you
What's
make every event and you get 100 points, you know, that's you're like get 1,200 points or something like that.
my here's my idea, right? And I think you brought it up because people are married, have kids, whatever, everyone's at different phases of their lives. So I always feel like not to provide participation trophies. I believe the best way to be still building the community and being more inclusive. My thought is going into 26 season is if someone volunteers and does this, then we could have two tea times. The folks that can play only in the AM, they book it and play together. And then we join their leaderboard in the afternoon for the budget friendly guys that want to play for a little bit cheaper or have a little bit more flexibility. And then we could join there and they'll be the early set tea times that go off. And then my
That'd
other
be
thought,
cool.
yeah. So it's not, if someone volunteers and does that and wants to play AM tea times, I think that will help them stay involved. And then my other idea is if we open that up and having two tea times where we play on one leaderboard, my other thought is if you still can't make those tea times, we'll have smaller events. I do like the 2v2 stuff that we've been doing. So maybe we could have smaller events where it's just a 2v2 where the guys that didn't participate a lot to get a couple points so they're not miles behind the ranking in the point system. And then my third thought is if you still can't do that and you want to make the playoffs. So I know that we did it in our playoffs where you start with a carryover advantage where you start -1, -2, -3. And then if you don't play X amount of events, like on the PGA, if you don't play enough events or whatever, like you're just not going to make that master or next event or something like that. So you have to go out there and play. So my thought is the guys that just sign up and then could play there during the playoffs, if they don't have enough points or they don't play enough events, they would start the other way, +1, +2, +3.
Interesting take. Makes us run into scheduling situations. So
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
I
the
don't know.
scheduling
I
is the
don't know.
scheduling, right? But I'm saying if there's an opportunity that someone volunteers saying, hey, I'll book the morning tea times and, at least a minimum 4 people or 2 people would have to go out and play together just for the accountability purpose, right? And if you still can't make those events and make our normal events and you just play less than, because we only have 9 events and let's say you only play less than 4, then if you'll be invited to the playoffs, but you're just going to start at a disadvantage of +1, +2, +3. I don't know if it's fair for individuals that grind all season long that play and start -1, 2, 3, and then someone that can attend a lot of events, goes on a hot runner and, makes it through deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I need to think more about that. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I haven't processed that yet. I mean, it's if they haven't played enough and you penalize them with more strokes, I mean, it's hard enough as it is, right?
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. Leading into the playoffs, actually, someone made this suggestion to me last year. And I don't know how I feel about it completely, but let's say in the playoffs we all start 0-0. So whatever you net will carry you over to the next event. But
Oh,
we'll still
I
have a
see.
cutoff line, right? So when we do bridges, only 8 will advance, right? But whatever your net score, you'll start with that net score at playoff 2 and then playoff 3. Or do we
Interesting
start
take.
fresh?
But what if one person just so far ahead, you know? Like that
Yeah.
crap.
Well, it's just
What
an
if one
idea.
person's just
So
so far ahead, you know?
I mean, if they are, they are, right? I mean, I'm not gonna why penalize them if they had a hot round at 7 bridges.
I feel like they're different events, you know, so it's like carrying the same score over. I don't know. I kind of liked how we have it, like it's a different event.
Yeah, well, now that I'm talking out loud about it, I think it's better to reset for the next playoff than having carryover. So,
I think we should keep it the way we have it.
I mean, depending on how many people join, I feel like we should still include all players to be invited to the playoffs. But I'm leaning towards more that I think if you don't play enough events, that you just have to start +1, +2, +3.
I'm
Because
not sure that's so enough. I'm not sure that's fair because like we go off the majority of the schedule. So if for some reason I have events like that I have to go to where the majority can play, like I'm being docked because my social calendar is not allowing me to play those events where the majority of other people's social calendars allow them to, it's not really that fair.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
why there's
if I have a child, that means I can't even play Sundays anymore because Ella has to work. I
well,
gotta
you'd
watch
have
the kid.
right. Well, I mean, but there's 9 events.
But if every
I
event, everyone could only play on a Sunday, then I'm screwed.
yeah, for the most part, yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't
But
think
you
I should be
still
penalized.
but I mean, but you're still making the playoffs though. You're just starting at a little bit of you're starting at a
Yeah, but I'm
disadvantage.
also being doxxed. I'm also being doxxed. Yeah,
But
I mean,
what
I don't know about that. I don't like
okay,
that
well,
idea.
let's flip it the other way then. Let's say you don't have a kid and you're the leader and you started -3 because you won the regular season, and the guy that played 2 events shows up to the playoffs and makes it to the finals, basically. We're gonna call this the Nemeth rule.
Didn't that happen?
Yeah, it's the Nemeth rule. We have to make a Nemeth rule, the Desai rule. He's done this twice.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's also very sus that he plays, 2 times a year and he beats his plays better than his handicap every time. So yeah, there's a lot of
Very
things that are
questionable,
sus in golf.
very questionable. But yeah, I mean,
I
yes, I
know.
think I'm not saying it's a
People think we don't see it, but I see
but
all.
what he said is he would play more morning events because his schedule would allow it.
Sure, if there's people like him and Mike and some others who want to play in the morning, like go do it, dude. Like I'm not gonna pay $120 to go play at 6 a.m. And I mean, I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. just go play golf at 6 a.m. and then like have to go take a poop at like hole 6. Like, I don't want to do that. My body's not awake at that time, and I don't want to deal with all that. And I
So
also don't want to pay $150 to play some piece of shit course in the morning just because.
right.
Like
So I
I'm
think
not doing that. But if they want to do it, go ahead.
okay, well, I mean, I guess the changes that we'll make is we'll have 2 tee times. We agree to that. If it's a flop, then obviously, if no one does it, then it is what it is. And we'll still continue down the path of we go based on best availability and we'll go down that path. And I think having the ability to have 2 tee times and no one's taking advantage of it or volunteering to booking it and they can't make the events, then I think it's fair to implement a plus handicap or plus to the score into the playoffs. Because I think we've tried to accommodate as much as we could, but it just didn't work out. But I don't think it's 100% fair. And I know that we're trying to be fair and being more inclusive for others to join and play in the playoffs. But I think there has to be a differentiator going into the playoffs that, yes, we're all starting fresh and there's only 3 events. The probabilities of winning is pretty high, I guess I would say, for someone that hasn't played a lot to making it. So either we have a cutoff line that you have to play at least 4 to 5 events, which I don't know then how many people will be able to join, but I think it's better for them to start +1, +2, +3. And maybe the audience or someone in the comments could come up with a better idea for us.
Yeah, I don't. I still stand. I don't like the ideas. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see what people say about that,
Yeah.
or put a
Well, I
vote to
mean,
it or something.
at least it's the beginning of the season because our season's not going to start until the master season starts. So it at least starts giving it an idea of how we can make things a little bit more competitive. And talking about it with the penalties for or disadvantage for low attendance. Because yeah, you're right. The schedule does make it harder. I mean, we're just volunteering, doing a lot of this stuff. At the end of the day, it's all for fun. So I want more people to be able to join and play in the playoffs because it seems like everyone's excited for the playoffs and they do, for the most part, a lot of people do try to swing and make these events because it seems kind of fun and meaningful. I like it that there's a lot of people that can make it and that the pressure's on that only 8 could advance and your season might come to an end. I would
I
rather
mean,
have
that
a
is
larger
fun for
yeah,
sure.
I'd rather have a larger field and seeing people suffer and going, "Oh my god, I'm not gonna make it," versus having a smaller field and rewarding. So, it's something to keep in mind here. Topic someone brought up something, regarding the handicap system, the integrity. Obviously, we can't police the handicap in terms of what people record or play, and I know we want people to join, and I feel like some of the incidents with higher handicaps that they go over whatever it is, right? Like because of the slope rating, it was suggested that maybe make a max cap of 30. So let's say you're a 26 or 27 handicap originally, right? But because we play Mistwood and because it's harder in the slope, it bumps up to 32. that they should edit and manually stay at a max of 30. Or maybe we make it a max of someone that wants to join the league that they have to have, like, even if you're 35, 36, like max 30. Or maybe that's the cutoff line to joining our league is a max handicap of 30, which is really damn high if you think about it.
That is high, dude. Like, that's high.
I know.
I don't wanna be playing with I mean, yeah, I don't wanna be playing with people like that, yeah, anyways. Dude, that makes the game for me not fun at all. Like, I remember a round where I played with 330 handicaps. It was the worst round I've ever played in my life. I mean, I played fine. My score was fine, but it was just, like,
Yeah, I mean,
embarrassing out there.
yeah, yes, I understand what you're saying. So I guess for a handicap, should we have a cutoff in people what they join, or competitively that they have to max it at 30? Because I mean that one year, like, it was
Well,
ridiculous with Harry at McRae that every hole was an eagle for him basically, and he destroyed the course and us at minus 17. Like,
I agree. I mean, hey, that's a handicap system, and that's I mean, that's the downfall of the handicap is, like, if it's exactly what I was saying earlier, if someone just only practices and then they just don't play, then their handicap's not is it real? I
well,
mean, it's the whole thing of the handicap. It's and everyone's gonna do anything they can to hide it, and
well,
it's that's
they
a
can't
part of
rec
this.
well, right, but they don't. I mean, I guess in for Harry, right? I'm speaking on his behalf. He just didn't play a lot of rounds, but I don't think he practiced. I think in the 2025 season, he played the most amount of rounds and practiced the most. So his handicap is a lot more in line to his game now. So he's not going to shoot him minus seven, or sorry, a minus 17 at McRae anymore with his handicap. But I do feel like the guys over 25, 26, 27, around that range, because we play harder courses. And if they decide to move back a tee box, that will increase their handicap as a starting point. And I think we should cap it at 30. That's what was suggested.
The fact that a 25 handicap wants to move back further is even questionable in itself. Like, why are they moving back to make the game harder?
Well, because
It's
they get
that's crazy.
strokes.
Like a 25 handicap is not even breaking 100. What do you would to get more strokes? That's just so stupid. But I
Well,
mean,
I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't know if I don't know if they should be capped because that's the point of the handicap. Because now you're giving them less of a handicap if they're supposed to go over the 30 threshold. But man, dude, we got to cap it at a certain skill level, anyways. Dude, like it's already taking forever, anyways. I mean, dude, you're gonna put me on tilt if I just go out and play with
well,
three other 28 handicaps, anyways.
I mean, I think
Like
that's the fun.
I'm not even gonna play well that day.
Well, I think that's the fun part of the competition of mixing it up a little bit and playing with different people in the handicap versus the same people all the time. But I think the handicap well, so I think with the handicap, we'll have to put a pin on it. And maybe again, some of the audience and comments could help us maybe come up with a fair system. Like I just think it's very hard to police the handicap where, some people do play and don't record. Some people are slowly improving and their handicap's getting more in line to their skill level. But I also feel like the guys that barely play but play a lot of events that might be above 25, that's like 27, but if we play a tough course or a nice course that has a harder slope rating, that it balloons them to like a 31, 32. I think that's where we should cap them at 30 is the idea. And I also think maybe inviting people that want to join the league, like if you just started like a year or two ago and you don't have an established handicap or you're above 30, you could join, but you got to get to at least sub 25, I would say, before you actually officially play in our events. Because yeah, I think having the 30 handicaps, and it's not a knock against them. I was saying handicaps before our technical difficulty. Maybe again the audience could help us determine what's fair. Obviously, I think playing with the higher handicaps, besides it being fun, I think it just slows down the pace of play for everyone. So I feel like we should probably implement a cutoff line on the handicap. And they could join and throughout
I agree to that.
the season, like, hey, get down to 25 so you could actually participate in our events. Like you could play with us and stuff like on non-league days and stuff just to be part of the community. But for pace of play, and you essentially sucking, like we can't have that one person just creates a huge bottleneck for the 20 of us. Okay, so we covered the handicap here. I think we covered the competitive balance of fairness and event scheduling. And I think maybe a format we could introduce for the 26th season is for the individuals that can't play a lot of the events, where some of us have a little bit more flexibility in our schedule. We could do a 2v2 so they don't fall too far behind the rankings in the point system, that we could have a 2v2 format that does best ball. It was pretty fun. Do you think we should have smaller fields where we do a 2v2 format?
I've been having a lot of fun doing 2v2, so I don't know if we can incorporate that somehow. I would love that. I think that was like the most golf I've had in 2025 was playing on a team with someone against another team. You've never had so much fun playing golf that way. So I would love something like that.
Well, even people have mentioned it numerous times, even for your bachelor party, where we set it up where we did the like a writer club slash president's club, where we had a lot of different styles or events for out there doing scrambles, 2v2, best ball, throwing in the reverse mulligan. Obviously, for the league, I don't think you could throw in a reverse mulligan, but I think for the PGA does it where they do the Dell match play, or no, so that's match play. But there's another format where they have a 2v2, I believe, on the PGA. So it's something to look into maybe for a smaller field that people can pair up. I have no idea how you would make them teammates unless they discuss amongst themselves and go, hey, you want to be on a team? So we could look into that, and maybe the comment section could help us out again on that. One of the big changes that was mentioned here, I think that it's a great idea, is a weekly payout structure. So I know that we have our league buy-in, and then that goes towards the main prize. And what will happen then is the main prize will get smaller, but will pay out weekly. I mean, I know it's not a lot of money that people are playing for, but I think the idea was to like the winner of the event would get like $50.
I mean, you guys are people are betting anyway, so I don't know what the difference is
Well, no,
or why
like,
even.
well, there's less people betting, I think, and they feel forced. So I think instead of forcing people to bet, yeah, I think, I mean, you can have your side bets and still do it that way. But I think for the league in itself, I think we can have a weekly payout.
Mm.
First, everyone wins, or not everyone wins, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you have the ability if you
Yeah,
win the
no, I hear
event.
what you're saying. I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but I don't think that's necessary. I mean, then you're kind of diminishing the whole point of trying to be the best and winning everything, you know?
Well, you'll still at the end of the day have the title and win and be the best, right? But the prize behind
Yeah,
it.
but the pot gets much smaller. Yeah, the pot's way smaller. I don't like that idea.
All right,
I think it
well,
should
we
just
could
be
put a pin
kept
on it.
how it has been. Okay. I mean, there's enough money being bet anyways. If you really wanted to win some money that day, there is enough money to go around for you to win that day. Like you don't need
I
the pot's money to win money. And the only people who
I
aren't betting anymore is like me. Like I don't even bet anymore. So I feel like everyone
well,
else is still
yes,
throwing
I
money in.
understand.
So
Well, I understand, but I feel like it's just a little bit of the peer pressure of why asking or betting. But I also feel like just because of these golf courses are ridiculous with the price, it does get it could be an expensive day, right? Regardless of what you say. Like if you play whatever, right? Let's just say a course is $100. You're betting, you're throwing in $50. Now it's $150 day. And then on top of it, you're going to eat. So you easily could add up for one person being a $200 day, 200 plus day, just to play around and hang out with the
no one
boys.
said you got to bet. No one said you got to bet.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
bet
Well,
sometimes.
I think for the I think for the betting purpose, my idea is that if people want to bet, let's just do NASA 10-10-10. I think that's better than people doing $20 all in and playing, and maybe doing a weekly payout or whoever wins $50, whatever, for that event. That's just my thought process. I think it'll be better for people to take from the pot, and you make the prize pool a little bit smaller for the finals. Because
Yeah, I don't
some
know about
fantasy
that.
football leagues do that too. Well, some fantasy football leagues do that. I know you don't follow football and watch sports, but I've been in fantasy football leagues where every week, if you had like the highest score amongst everyone, you would get paid out like It's small, 10, $20, right? But at least you won that week and it feels like, oh yeah, I won. So it's
Yeah, I
just an
mean, I can
idea.
see
Again,
like
we got
I can see it a little bit.
yeah. So I think that's just a good something to keep in mind, that that's a thought process that people have mentioned for a payout structure. And then I do like the idea that you brought up for the majors. So adding another one. So we could add one in the beginning of the season and one towards the end. Now, do we still keep it 9 events, or do we make it 10 and throw it in,
I
or
think
just
so.
have
Yeah,
2 majors with 9 events, 9 events and 2 majors in total?
keep it what we have it at because we can't even. It's so hard to schedule all these things. It's so difficult. Keep it at if it's 9 events, keep it 9 events and make 2 majors out of it because it's too hard
Yeah.
already.
So I do like that.
It's way too
So
hard.
I think we could, yeah. So we'll have a spring major and basically a summer major. A spring one when the season kind of starts
Okay.
early, just to get the juices flowing. And we'll look for, let's think of a course that could be pretty fun. Or did we agree that we'll just do Highlands of Elgin? I think I want to do a
I think
link
we agree,
style
but
course.
I think you could flip it around. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same course all the time, does it? Unless it's going to be like the Masters. Because don't
Mm,
all the other events they travel around? The only major is
no,
always at
they're
is the
all,
Masters.
well, yes, the Masters, but yes, the Masters, but everything else rotates. So I guess our Masters is
Yeah, that's what
McCray
I'm
because
saying.
we've been there for. So we'll leave that and then just rotate a new major course like
Yeah, I think so.
Mistwood. Mistwood.
I don't think it necessarily has. Well, I guess it has to be hard because it's a major. Like some are hard, but a lot of other
Yeah,
events, like these
Mistwood, or
pros, they
maybe.
go ham on some courses. They go like -20 through 4 days. So I think it's the same. It could be. I mean, not the majors, but an event can be an easy course. But the major should be somewhere difficult
You
because I
know
think
what?
all majors are difficult
What
courses.
about if we just make Mom Prospect the first one?
I mean, we play it all the time. I don't know if it's like fair for everyone. I mean, some
All
of
right.
us play that
Well,
course a lot.
so we're set on 2 majors, and maybe in the posting, some people in the audience will come up with some ideas of courses or how we should go about it, or our local people, what courses would be a good one for us to do for a major. Because I mean, we do have a
Yeah, that's fair.
rotation of courses that we play. So we'll figure out a major course. So obviously, it has to be nice at courses when we don't play. Like I would say, Mistwood or Blackstone as a major.
I haven't
But
played
again, I
Blackstone in a
mean,
while,
well, I
so
guess
yeah.
it's, yeah. And then the other thing that you brought up, league growth and recruitment here, recruiting incentive. I don't like the idea. Recruitment. I don't love the idea. You're all right there? I don't love the idea
I'm
of
dying,
the
dude. Okay.
recruiting incentive. I don't like the idea of the recruiting incentive. I mean, if people want to play and join, I think they
I
should
think,
just play and join.
but the word of mouth, people aren't spreading the word of mouth. Like you gotta incentivize people.
Maybe people don't. I
People
mean,
gotta hit quotas out here. We got quotas to hit. People need to start recruiting, and if they get a
yeah, well,
commission, they get a commission.
we don't
I
have an
mean,
affiliate link to give out yet. So I don't love it.
you know, on the
I
Google
don't love it
form
that
of
there's
the Google form where they fill out and it says, "How did you hear about us?" And it's like if it's from the podcast or whatever, like they don't have to pay, or we don't pay a
through
commission.
YouTube.
But if someone's name is in that, yeah, like if hey, I heard this league from so and so, like yeah, they get a little bit of money. Who cares? Like it's okay to get a commission. I don't think it's
Nah,
that bad.
I I don't like it. I don't love it.
I think it needs to grow. I mean, I think it'd be cool if there was like 40, 50, 60
I I
people.
I I mean,
I mean,
well, right, but I mean, it's more
then it'll
problems to
start
deal
considering,
with.
and
So
then you have a lot more opinions. And the only problem to deal with right now is
nah,
scheduling. And we would love to have a graphic designer
yeah,
because I can't do
that's
all that work. Looks like Microsoft Paint,
yeah, like a second grader made it.
pretty much.
So I don't love the idea of the recruiting incentive. I'll have to think about it. I don't love it that what you're going to give $10 for every person that you recruit. I mean, you can recruit all you want, but if they have like a 30 handicap or whatever, or they don't really
There's a
mesh well
limit.
with us.
There's a
Like
limit. There's a limit.
I don't love it. Nah. I'm
Okay.
gonna rule with my commissioner hat here and say that one I'm gonna kill. Moving on here then. Let's see here. Operational, I think, growing, that kind of ties in. We talked about the two T times. It popped up here again, some financial sensitivity, pricing wise. Some of these courses are just really expensive for what they charge. I think the other thing here is the pace of play. I think that's really the last topic to talk about our league in terms of the committee and the as a board of governors here for the league. Pace of play. What has been brought up is possibly implementing local rules. For example, I know that we have a local rule that if your ball's in a divot in the fairway, you get free relief. What has been proposed is because of slow play, I call bullshit on it, but I don't think it makes a huge difference, or I haven't seen enough players that I played with that it really affects it, is out of bounds. That, let's say on the tee shot or even approach shot, but more specifically the drive, right? The tee shot, if you hit it out of bounds, just take it as a lost ball and two in the fairway as a penalty.
I don't agree with that. I mean, if it's clearly out of bounds, you just go to your cart and grab another ball and re-hit. Now, if it goes out like out of bounds 3 times, then I would say, "Hey, like, we need to move the game on, go drop in the fairway for" I don't even know, hit for 8 or whatever it is or something. But, like, if you hit it out of bounds 1 time, it's not hard for you to go get a ball again or for your partner to run to your car and throw you a ball. Like, it doesn't take that long for you to do that again. So, no, I don't like that rule. I mean, if you hit 3 out of bounds, then yeah, like, you gotta move the game along, you know? And at that point, you're probably out of the race now, right? You hit 3 out of bounds on 1 hole. Most likely you're out of the standings now, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But 1 out of
Well, I
bounds,
think
no,
sometimes
like,
those
no, you
little points.
routine.
So should we cap it off the tee box? But I mean, again, I don't know. I don't agree with it because hey, if you want to play tin cup style and keep using
What are
your
you doing with your
driver
crew
like
out
you're
there?
slicing or you're hitting, I mean, we just,
I mean,
I mean,
have you
there's
had
no
someone
cap.
hit 3 out of bounds in your crew? No, no, I
Very
mean, maybe
rare. I
that's
mean,
you,
you
but
were with
you're if you're in my crew, I'm like, "Dude, you gotta move the game along." I mean, what are you supposed to do? If someone's, like,
what
hitting
on.
12 off the tee? Like, what are you gonna do?
Well, your group is not betting, right? But I mean, if you remember when we were playing and we were playing Mount Prospect with Sun and Sung, was it hole 13 or
I
14 where
remember.
Sung kept hitting the house and we just sat there like keep going.
I remember.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
no
I
max.
guess.
But
I mean,
I
it's
mean, he
hard
was
because, yeah,
killing
eventually you
us
gotta
that we
move the
needed
game
all the.
along. I know. So,
Well,
yeah, like,
again, I mean,
I get it.
yeah, I think now that we're talking about it, I don't think we should have a cap. And here's why. If you hit a driver out of bounds the first time, okay, it's very easy for your cart partner or someone to throw you another ball and you're on the tee box and you can go. Assuming you're the last person, right? Now, if you hit a second one out of bounds, okay. But that third one, you don't have to use the driver, right? So I think you have to be smart out there when you play. So I don't love it for the fact because
I
I think
agree.
for a big hitter, yeah. So you know what? I thought about it. I put some thought into it. No, no local house rule on out of bounds. Should we implement anything else for a local house rule besides the fairway, the divot?
I mean, that's the only rule I really don't follow is the divot rule. I mean, it's kinda stupid.
So, okay. So no real changes yet to the local rules. Maybe once we start sending out the invites, or maybe some people in the audience will come up with better local house rules just for pace of play. But I don't think that really affects the pace of play. I think the pace of play gets really affected because, yeah, sometimes we just play with higher handicaps and it just takes a while. And again, I mean, even for your group that when we played Bolingbrook, I mean, you guys were really slow, but I know their stakes were a little bit higher. So there's reasons for you guys to play in a very specific order with honors and things like that. So I think,
I'm
I
not
mean, I
sure the
can't
honors
control
was
that,
the
but
issue. I mean, there was the other 3 players were like a 22 handicap. I mean, I don't you can't really play that fast when everyone's shooting a 7 on a triple on every hole. Like, well, how fast can you honestly go? If 3 people are shooting triples every
well,
hole,
right.
like, well, I can't do anything.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that covers that in terms of the league. I'm excited for year 10 here. So, as of right now, for a lot of rules, we have some stuff up in the air, maybe weekly payouts, different things. Hopefully, the audience will chime in and come up with some better ideas for us to help improve our golf league. But again, I'm excited for year 10 that we got out there. I would love, again, it's going to be tough, but I would love to have GoPros in the carts where we have featured groups out there like poker and just getting the cart banter and see what goes on and just get an idea. I thought it was fun that when we played Arboretum and it was raining, that some of us got on Discord and we were just voice whatever you call it, video chatting during the rain delay. So I thought that was pretty cool, just
Yeah.
for playing and seeing you guys on hole one while we're hiding under. So I think that would be cool. We didn't record it, but if we get footage of it, I think it would be great having that. So let's move on here. I know this topic, I think you're excited about it here. I have some thoughts on it. Courses of food. What do you think about some of these clubhouse, what they have, or even the halfway, the the food selection?
Yeah, so
Or just to begin here,
I'm kind of done with the hot dog thing. Huh?
yeah, what about the hot dogs?
Oh, yeah, so I'm kind of over the hot dogs. I mean, one, they don't taste that great. Except like McRae, like they grill it. Like everyone's just boiling hot dogs. It's the same basic Vienna hot dog they're giving me everywhere else. I've been if I can get a tuna salad somewhere, I'm eating tuna salad. It doesn't have to be on a
Yo,
sandwich, It can just be in the little bowl or whatever.
yeah, when you got it at the Glen and you told me they had it at Bolingbrook, I was like, what? I've never had at the course tuna fish salad, and at the Glen having that, I was like, yo, this is pretty good actually. Way better than having a hot dog.
Yeah,
But yeah, I agree.
it's
At McRae, it's great that they have the brats. So what would you
yeah.
change, or
I
what
mean,
would you do?
I don't know about changing, but I wish every course had some tuna salad, like it's especially on a hot day. Like on a hot day, a nice cool tuna salad is refreshing. And then, I always carry like a banana or Uncrustable or jerky in my bag out there. I mean, you got to stay fueled. So that's key to playing great golf is staying fueled and energized out there because you get tired and the sun beats you up.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I think we all agree. You're welcome that I introduced you to Uncrustables on the golf course. Probably one of the best snacks you could have while playing. You're welcome.
It was
Say it.
good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. It was good.
Okay.
You're
So
welcome.
here, this is what I was thinking in terms of course food. They're so whack out there. I mean, you got ham and cheese sandwich, right? Like like even the chips and snack selection, they're just so whack. I think some of these courses need to put a little bit more effort and rework their food course menu at the halfway house and even inside the clubhouse. Like, all right, I was thinking about this as I was setting up some of the topics, but Deerfield and Highland Highland Wood, no, that's not Highland Woods, Hilldale. You know these two courses have Korean signs up there to let their members, or not members, of patrons know what to do, and they have signage in Korean. And it's like crazy to me that some of these courses, I'm not saying to cater to the Koreans. I'm saying that these courses need to have a little bit more culture in terms of their food selection. Like, I think it would be badass if some of these courses had some kimbap out there, right? Like, go hire Jumbo or something to
Oh, I would love
deliver
that.
some, right? Right? Like, how badass would it be if they had some of those big ass mandus they have like at Jumbo at some of these courses? And it's specifically, if you're gonna go
I mean,
out of
well,
your way and then
I
you
don't want my
know you have,
handheld greasy.
well, I mean, you're gonna have it greasy eating a burger or a hot dog possibly, but even the mandu, you don't need to have it necessarily, touching. I mean, they have it wrapped. But one of those big ass ones would
It's
be
true.
great
Yeah.
on the course. I think just the food selection at the halfway house, if these guys want to make, and maybe I'm sure they pull in a lot of money anyways. But I just feel like, God, how boring. Ham and cheese sandwich. Oh, cool, right? Like, plus, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like with the bread and everything, it's just wasteful unless they go through it a lot. But I think courses with their food selection, the tuna fish salad was a great little snack to have. I thought at the Glen. These courses, I think they're a little crazy with their price and what they're trying to sell. Like, okay, a ham and cheese sandwich is not $7. I don't give a shit if I'm at the golf course. That's why I don't pay for it. But you know what I would pay for? I would easily pay $5, $6 if a course had like some cup ramen, like order it, walk
You
in
can
there,
imagine the cart.
but you could take your time eating that thing on the course on the back nine. But I think it would be great if they had cup ramen or like some snack wise. I'm sure there's a lot of different international snacks that they could get. And I think when Ella bought me for Christmas that international diabetes box always sent to me with all the different candy from all over. I thought it was pretty cool just eating those snacks, and especially for golf. You have a lot of different ethnicities showing up. Um, and right, like why not cater a little bit more to different cultures and having different types of a variety of food? I think like again for Deerfield and Hilldale, there's a lot of Koreans that go out there to golf. I bet you if you threw a bunch of Kimbap out there, gone, sold out. I bet you if you put a bunch of Seoul chips out there, gone. Shrimp chips. I love those, right? I don't need Doritos all the time or Cool Ranch. I mean, they taste great, but you know what? If I saw shrimp chips out there, I'd be, what is this? I would probably easily buy it to snack on playing for the round. Obviously, I'm familiar with it, but I think for courses, I think it would be great for them to expand and have other things that out there that people can look at and go, oh, what's this? Let me try this. And we've seen a lot of different groups of people out there anyway. So I'm sure someone will be able to educate them and go, hey, man, this is actually pretty good. You should try it. I think that's probably a great way for courses to increase revenue. So, and the other food stuff I think that would be great is, I touched on it, kimbap, big ass mandu, shrimp chips. I think you would be a fan of choco pie out there. I think that would be great. And
Choco pie would be
the
great.
pepperoni, right? The pokey sticks as a snack. And especially it's not even for the adults, right? For the kids that go out there to play, like having all these different snacks to have. Does that mean how often, like, it's so easy to just order Doritos, right? Ham and cheese, hot dog. But again, and what kills me, and I thought about this and more I think about it, is like a course like Mount Prospect. No one's eating in there. That clubhouse is basically vacant in terms of the restaurant. Like all you're selling is beer. And if you're going to sell beer, you might as well sell a bunch of different international beers, in my opinion, just to have it out there. And then people could try different things and it'd be very unique for that course. And even for Mount Prospect, their kitchen, right? It's not really utilized. No one's going there to eat. So I think you could easily have a rotation once a month that a restaurant comes in and provides a menu so people could hang out or try different snacks or order something at the turn. That's like quick and easy. So for me, at least for me, yes, I would love out there playing back nine, some cup ramen to fuel the system. Probably not healthy, but damn, man, it's totally different. It's not like every weekend I look forward to going to a course and going, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to your bullshit hot dog. So I know it's something to eat just to get into the system, but I think these courses, they should put a little bit more thought into their food selection and, you know, throw out a variety of stuff to eat out there. I don't know what other, like, it's sushi, I think it would be too tough anyways, right? But kimbap would be great. Mandu would be great. Some street tacos, very easy to eat. What else can you throw out there?
You got a lot of food you want choices out there.
Well, I mean, you're out there for 4 hours and, at least in the 2 hours at the turn, and especially after the round, right? And this is just me thinking if I ran a course, or I've always jokingly said I want to buy a golf course. So I think about these things. If I bought a golf course, what I would change. I would definitely change the menu on the halfway house and providing a little bit more variety, not just, I guess you would call them American food, right? Doritos, all these chips, Lay's, whatever, right? They suck. Like there's so many different chips and so many different things you could get internationally that it might be worthwhile trying it if you could get it for a good price. Mandu and kimbap are very easy to sell and make. Street tacos are probably very easy to make and sell for the turn. You could easily sell like a taco for $2-3. Doesn't have to be $7. Like they're just price gouging. It's ridiculous that a ham and cheese sandwich is $7.
I agree. That is ridiculous.
So you just want tuna fish salad. Okay. All right, James. So we talked a lot about food here. I think you had some technical difficulties possibly. Hopefully we're not having technical difficulties, but I'm going to wrap up here. I believe James disappeared.
Again?
No, I don't know why it's just doing it.
I still can't hear you, but go ahead. Just throw up the peace sign and I'll say bye.
All right. That's a wrap for episode